meant for an adult audience.
LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
3, 2, 1, go!
Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
LoveLine, coast to coast.
Yep, it is LoveLine, everybody. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Joe Rogan is our guest tonight.
Yep.
Jogan. That'd be nice, just shorten your name to Jogan.
Whatever you want to call
Joe
me.
Rogan, you know, from News Radio, all those seasons, and now Fear Factor, which premieres tomorrow, Monday, June 11th, NBC, 8 o'clock. You've seen all the spots. And, Joe, first let me say this. I worked on this movie for a day, Frank McCluskey, CI, I believe. It was, I did that like last week or something. Remember that when I was late? I was told that Joe Rogan also did a scene in the movie, and where he played like an exotic dancer.
No, I played a porno star who had his penis insured. It was a very funny bunch of scenes we did.
They told us you were just naked, and I had no problem with it.
Whatever, man.
The whole time.
Not going to live forever.
It's all for his craft.
It's all for my craft. Yeah, well, it was a scene I had to be masturbating. That was what it was I was warming up for a scene.
Right.
And the guy didn't know what kind of an actor I was, and he was just, he was an insurance investigator. It's very slapsticky, very funny. And he came in, and I was in the middle of warming up, you know. And the whole conversation, we talked about, like, finances and stocks and stuff. And I was
shoving up.
it.
Yeah, but the guy said, no, Joe was naked, and we, like, offered him some briefs and some stuff like that, but he wouldn't have it. And then it really dawned on me. You know the people who are cool, you know, not women, but you know the guys that are coolest with
I wasn't
naked?
totally naked.
No, we're totally naked.
No,
What were you wearing?
I had a patch over the private. Seriously. It was a flesh-covered patch that covered everything. It didn't cover my ass, but it covered the whole privates and the whole thing. And it was actually, they gave me a pair of shorts to wear, but the way the patch was on, it was on with double-stick tape. And when I would wear shorts and stuff, it was actually more uncomfortable than just wearing the patch.
Yeah. But what did the double-stick tape, what
Pubes,
the other
bro.
side, really?
Pubes. It hurt like hell. Pulled it off. I got a wig out of it. Yeah, it was excellent.
You had a
I should have
merkin
shaved.
out of it.
Yeah, I should have merkin. I should have clearly shaved before that.
I was thinking Joe looks good nude, and I thought guys who look good nude have no problem being naked. Even guys who don't look that good nude have no problem being naked. Women don't really like it because they think they're, you know, the focus is being turned to them. But I see
sexual.
guys now. I saw a guy at a filling station at night with his shirt off, filling up. Like it's like. And of course the guy was ripped and cut and shredded, but I just thought at a certain point, you know, once the sun sets, and by the way, you're not jogging or playing handball. You're filling up your Jeep.
But if he's driving around with, you know, he didn't feel like wearing his shirt. What's the big deal? You know,
that's true.
He's gonna go on Sunset, pick up some chicks.
Poor guys. All right, so let's talk about Fear Factor. Tomorrow night, like I said, 8 o'clock, NBC. Did anyone get hurt doing this?
Yeah, not bad. You know, bruises, bumps and bruises. It's more scary than it is physically dangerous. Of course it's physically dangerous because they are stunts, but everything is, like, really well coordinated. And these stunt guys are, like, meticulous about it, and it's all really well planned out.
You see the game tonight, the Laker game, every break, Fear Factor.
Yeah. Yeah, they really went crazy. They're really pushing
hard on
the hell
thing.
out of it.
It's either going to be a huge success, like I said, or it's going to be canceled immediately. One or the others.
Well, does it seem with reality TV that's the way it's going?
It's not. See, this is the thing. What is reality TV? I mean, it's not. It's a game show. That's all it is. It's a crazy game show. I mean, what is reality about, you know, being suspended in a car 150 feet over a dam?
To tell the truth, was it reality show?
Yeah, so is Jeopardy. That's a reality show. They think The Weakest Link is a reality show. That's how it's classified.
Hold on a second, everybody. I'm just giving it a title so people can recognize.
Well, it's like those goofy things. It's like alternative music. You know, when it sells 10 million copies, can we stop calling it alternative? You know,
right, or underground or whatever.
There you go.
But so. People now, is it like those Japanese game shows where they're dumping the rats on the guy's head and stuff?
the way it works is there's 3 men and 3 women, and there's 3 crazy stunts, and we eliminate people with each stunt. At the end of the day, the last person
How do you
standing.
eliminate them?
Well, they either can not complete the stunt, or we do it on a distance or a time thing. I don't want to give away too much of it. It's like depending on which stunt. Like one of them was the dog attack. In the dog attack, we put people in a padded suit. We had them run across the finish line. We set a trained attack dog loose on them. And the attack dog tries to stop them. And, that one, there was a line that you had to cross. And if you didn't have to cross, the 2 people that are furthest from the line were eliminated.
Right.
So there was, we had to eliminate 2 people, and we could have eliminated far more if they just quit, if they couldn't deal, if they just bailed and just lied down and just couldn't take it. That was one of them.
And you know who won. It's all been filmed.
Yeah, we did all 9 of them. It's hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage. It takes forever to edit it. It's like 250 hours to edit each one of them.
Oof.
Each 40-minute episode took 250 hours to edit.
Did you do any of the stunts yourself?
No, they wouldn't let me. I ate some of the stuff. I ate some nasty things. But they wouldn't let me physically do anything. Like the insurance waivers and whatever, all that jazz.
Good, right?
I would have done a couple of them. Some of them look pretty fun,
Well, yeah. Like the dog one, or
I would've done the dog one.
Semi going across from
I would have
semi
done that.
to semi?
I would have done most of them. I wouldn't have done the rat pit.
No.
The rat pit was when we put them in biker shorts and a tank top. We tied them to the bottom of an elevator shaft. We poured 400 rats on them. And they were crapping on them and biting them. It was horrifying.
Really? And how, for insurance purposes, I know these people sign waivers, but do you know that the rats don't have rabies?
Yeah. See, these aren't rats we just find in the street.
Right.
We don't tell them that.
Right.
These are all lab rats, and they're all well raised. They're taken care of, they're educated.
It's not like Willard is dropping in on
No,
their head.
and not only that, but they feed them constantly. I mean, that's one of the reasons why the rats are pooping so much. Because if you don't feed rats, they'll eat each other. Especially if you have all of them together like that. So you have to have an abundance of food. So they were constantly eating, so they were all bloated. So they were just constantly crapping all over these people. It was like for their own safety that they were getting crapped on.
And that was a time stunt?
Yeah, they had, I think it was 4 or 5 minutes they had to lie there. It was horrible. One guy he was getting, like, his toes were getting nibbled, and he was screaming like a schoolgirl. It was horrifying. It was really the one moment while we were filming the show where I looked at the producer and I went, I can't believe we're doing this. I really can't believe this. But if I was if I was at home, I'd be loving it. I love freak shows.
Well, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Nicole?
Yes.
Hey, you're 19. Oh, hey, by the way, the Man Show's on right now on Comedy Central. I always forget about
By the way,
that.
when is that not on Comedy Central right now?
Sunday nights.
No, it plays all the
10
time.
o'clock.
No.
Oh, yeah, I think Wednesday and Saturday, too.
There were more repeats today.
I don't know. Nicole?
Yes.
I
What's up?
saw the History of Man today on Comedy Central.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was very excited.
Thank you. Nicole? Go ahead,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, Nicole, what's up?
Okay. Me and my boyfriend, have sex a lot, 4 times a day or whatever. But sometimes while we have sex, his penis will, go down in the middle of sex.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't come off. 4 times a day.
Is that normal?
It's normal. What's not normal is the sort of pace you're trying to get him to maintain. That's not
No,
normal.
but
Whose idea is it?
It's just started, though. He never had problems before.
How many weeks of this? How long have you been in this relationship?
How many weeks have I been in this relationship?
Yeah.
I've been 3 months.
Yeah, so he's sort of just
The home stretch.
If you'll excuse the expression, petering out. And yeah.
Listen, you women don't know this, but the guy you have sex with in the first month or two is not the same guy you have sex with in the second year or two.
It's his stunt double that steps in.
Well, what you're trying to do is you're trying to bang all of the penis from the last boyfriend out of her that time. And it's so
Clean the plumbing out.
But here's how the curve works. It's that they get with somebody. Hang on a second, Nicole. I haven't thought about this in a while, but they're with a guy, and that guy bangs the bejesus out of her in every position for the first month and a half, 2 months, 3 months, right?
And when Adam says that, every guy thinks of their girlfriend away, and they go, "Oh no!"
Oh, totally.
Every single guy that hears that goes, "Oh." No.
I always say that no guy ever wants to hear anything about it.
No.
All we want to hear is my dick is huge. It's the only one you've ever seen.
That's right.
That's it. Lie to us and we can take it.
That's my mantra. Tell me how big Joe Rogan's dick is. That's what I tell every woman. That's all I want to hear. No, every guy hates to hear this, but you've been on the winning end of a few of these battles, too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you've banged the bejesus out of other guys' girlfriends. You have left some in your wake who now have had to hear about Joe Rogan and his penis.
Dude, this is getting kind of personal.
All right, but the point is, we all have. Drew certainly is a passionate man. That's why he
Drew's
got
knocked it out a few times.
Yeah. So what happens is you go to town for the first 2 or 3 months, and then it starts to curtail off. You don't have to impress
But you
anymore.
really think that you're doing it to make up for the guys that she's had sex with before?
Well,
very unhealthy.
you're excited. No, you're excited by the new blood, but also you want to put your best foot forward.
You don't want anybody else to have outperformed you, do you?
No, clearly.
That's
Clearly.
the whole deal.
Well, you want to, especially if you're really into it, you want to make it worth her while.
All right,
Clearly.
And you'd like to, just like in any sports, your first couple times at the plate, you'd like to really make solid contact.
Right.
And
You want to land those first jabs, let them know what time it is.
Right. And then if you cruise in round 7 through 9, no problem.
You're still worried.
You just want to get out front early, get a little lead. So you do that. And then you start to curtail off and you smooth out. And that's when you start, cramping with the door open and breaking wind. And
that's when it's over.
around.
See, I refuse all that stuff.
You
My
start
girlfriend's in the
cruising.
bathroom. No, I'm never going in
not
there.
her. You.
Even me. I don't want her going in there smelling my waist.
I'm just saying.
There's no need for that.
You relax a little bit. All the flossing and brushing you did before they came over, now you just take a swig of Scope and spit it in the kitchen sink. You don't work quite as hard at everything.
Adam graduates to the Dutch oven when he's there. When he's farting and then cramming their head under the covers, that's when he's there.
Dutch
Laughing
oven
maniacally. And then it smooths out a little bit, and then you're out, and then the next guy comes in, and his job, obviously, is going to do a better job than you because you guys you've been coasting for 6 months. That's what guys do. Now, this guy's at the end of his bang the bejesus period.
He would be, except he's got a problem here. He's got Nicole as a sexual compulsive. We got to find out about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Nicole?
Compulsive.
How old are you, Nicole? You're 19?
Yes, I'm 19.
Is this your idea to have sex 4 times a day?
No, it just happened.
Are you just really hot? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's really hot.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm very hot too.
No, you're the one that's sort of urging the 4 times a day. Is that accurate?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not urging it. It's like at first we didn't have sex all the time, but now it's like, he wants it too, and he'll say, let's like go in the room or whatever. But
maybe he's a sexual compulsive. Sexual compulsive.
yeah, I think it could be him.
Okay,
too.
it could be.
But the thing is, though, like we'll try again because it will go down, and he'll go back up, and then it will go back down, like in the middle of sex.
Yeah, but the point is,
But that's on the 4th trip to the plate, right?
So what exactly is a sexual compulsive?
Sexual compulsive is someone who continues to have sex in spite of... A sexual addict is somebody that continues to have sex in increasingly risky behaviors in spite of the consequences. So they spend money on it, they ruin relationships with it, they just, and it gets worse and worse and worse. A sexual compulsive is usually someone that was sexually abused or somehow traumatized in childhood, and a lot of that energy gets turned into a sexual energy at puberty, and they can never get satisfied. They're always constantly at it. Never it's enough, never good enough.
So if it's negative, if there's negative consequences, that's what makes it a sexual
consequence
compulsive.
determines addiction. It's the inability to be satisfied that determines the...
But how do you draw the line between someone who's a sexual compulsive and a dude who's just really horny?
It's sometimes...
Gray.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a guy that's really horny. If he does not have a history of sexual abuse, then that diagnosis is sort of called in.
Because I know a lot of my friends that I could put in that category, but I don't think they're messed up. I don't think.
No, but it's the guys who's their fiance tells them if they catch them calling the phone sex line one more time, the relationship's over, and the guy still picks up the phone.
It's the hooker dudes that always freak me out. I never understand the hooker thing. I know so many guys that have done the hooker thing, and I'm like, what is that? Well, I don't even get that a little bit. Like, you could always just whack it, and instead you call the hook. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's
I don't understand the hooker thing either. It's
because you got to think about who was there before you. What Chris Farley looking dude was sweating over her right before you, and then she just lightly towels off and comes over to your apartment or whatever.
To me, it's such a sad.
It's terrible.
You can't treat that person as a human.
Well, it's like the porn star thing. I was talking.
You guys aren't talking about BJs, though, right?
No, of course not. No. That and pearl necklaces. But I was talking about a buddy of mine about porno stars. About the worst thing about watching porn is you meet a bunch of porno stars, and then you get never watch porn again. Like, you never watch them again because you're like,
It's
oh, they're
even
all a
worse.
mess.
They're a mess, and you realize that they were the abused children.
Right, but every guy likes to think that they're just hot chicks who love sex.
No such thing.
But hot chicks who love sex, they have sex with their boyfriends. You know, they don't have sex with like fishermen on camera in front of like 50 union guys with microphones dangling over
They're
their
not
heads.
doing Eubangus Uranus fine.
I've met too many of them. Now I can't watch. This is depressing to me, you know?
Well, I've met a lot of them, too, and I can't watch with the sound up. I still continue to watch, but not with the sound up. I don't know what the answer to Nicole's question is, by the way.
Cut back. Don't have sex so often.
Okay,
Yeah, tell the dude to take. When I was a kid, when I was 21, I had a girlfriend, and we had sex so much that I actually got like a burn on my dick.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Like not. Not like a burn,
put
but
on
it was
tape.
like abraded.
Yeah.
You know, it was like worn out. You know, it was ridiculous. You know?
That is the beauty of the young male, isn't it?
Right.
He'll wear his penis off if he can.
We did.
Right.
One time we tried to see how many times we did. We did it 6 times in one day. It was
Jesus.
just stupid.
Yeah.
It was just for no. And you know, after like the second, you don't want to really do it anymore. You're just seeing what you can do.
That's right. She's back in Chicago listening to the radio show with her husband, 4-month-old right now. Oh, you said
I didn't
you
say any
dated Joe.
names.
Tracy,
Uh-huh.
you're 15?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I was raised in a Christian home, and now I've discovered that I have a mad crush on Angelina Jolie, and that goes against everything I was raised with, and I'm thinking about becoming a Wiccan, and it's just...
Is Angelina Jolie a Wiccan?
No.
She's a whackin'. She's just
That's
insane.
No, but I just...
Yeah.
I don't know what to do exactly.
Why do you have a crush on her? What is it about her?
I think she looks good.
It's just physically, just the way she looks.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I don't know. Like 5'2".
No, I'm sorry. I know it was a crazy question. Most people don't know whether 7 foot or 4.5 foot. I know. 5'2". How much you weigh?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. Well, you're Wiccan material then, because they only take the big ones.
Okay.
So if you're a big gal, you're already in. You're like a legacy. I don't think you have to pass the test.
What went on in your home? This was not a calm, peaceful Christian home, was it?
Yeah, it was. I think so. I mean, it wasn't perfect. Nothing's perfect.
Well,
but,
what was not perfect about it?
just, you know, a lot of deaths in my family, you know, stuff like that.
Who died?
My grandmother.
Yeah, that's not enough. I mean, we liked your grandmother and we miss her terribly, but that's not what Drew's
What are you
getting
trying
at.
to protect yourself from?
I don't know. It's like I was raised that, you know, homosexuality is wrong, and
Yeah, well, but were you raised like with a whip or some sort of ruler over, you know, some
No.
sword of Damocles that if you engage in anything other than the letter of what people espoused, you'd be damned to hell, this kind of thing?
no, it wasn't like that.
All right. Well, are you doing all right in school? I mean, you're just depressed, right? So you're fantasizing about Angelina Jolie and the Wiccans.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have any friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you do okay in school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why don't you just do that and worry about your religion later? And what Wiccans? Believe me, this Wiccans a bunch of fat chicks who sit around. That's it. It is just a bunch of 300-pound women. That's it.
Tracy, I just wonder why you'd, if you're, I'm just explore a little bit. I mean, I agree with Adam, you're depressed. It sounds like, you make me feel like you're trying to protect yourself from people, and maybe your weight is a way of not letting other people in and sort of keeping them out. And why, if you sort of were adhering to a Christian religious sort of set of beliefs, why would you suddenly reject all that and go to religion that's very, very different?
Because it's like every religion believes in that in that religion because, you know, there's some proof, you know, there's something to go on, or else they wouldn't believe in it. And it's just...
Really?
Well, not necessarily. Yeah. It's just a book. And, you know, there's so many contradictions in the Bible as it is.
It doesn't make sense, exactly.
All right, but what about Wiccans and lesbianism for that? That doesn't make sense.
Lesbian makes a lot of sense. that does, dude. You're out of line.
All right, you're right. Joe's right. Hey, Tracy, I don't know that you have a problem.
Look at it this way. At least you're not attracted to, like, Delta Burke. You know,
Yeah,
you're attracted to a hot chick.
Hot one.
So, good for you.
And I know this has been touched on millions and millions of times, but how insane is Angelina Jolie?
She's pretty cuckoo.
I mean,
but those are the good ones, dude. You gotta love that.
When she, I guess you do, but when she was, you know, getting her Golden Globe or whatever and looking at her brother in the audience, and it's one thing to say, hey, Mark, I love you. This is for you, buddy. You know? Or, hey, I just want to send some love out to my brother. But when you look at the guy and you go, I am so in love with you right now. Like, when you put the right now on the end of it.
Well, you know what I read that's really creepy? I read a weird article with her where they were talking about her relationship with her father and how they get on the phone and they talk in character. Like, they'll each be working on a specific movie and they won't break character. Like, they'll get on the phone and they'll be in character having these conversations. I'm like, oh, excellent. Ooh. Oh, fantastic. You know how great she must be in the sack, dude?
Oh, my God.
She must be phenomenal.
Oh,
like, off
God.
the deep end.
Like crazy stripper, porn star, abuse.
Better. She's better than all that because she's ignored.
Like,
I don't think she was abused. She was just ignored. The abused ones, they cry a lot.
Crazy is
the other
always
ones are crazy.
Crazy is always
good.
Translates into great sex.
Well, with her, you can tell, dude. You can just tell.
But I mean, she's got Billy Bob Thornton's blood in a vial around her neck, and
does she?
Yes.
I love her.
They both have each other's blood in a vial around each other's neck, and every time she gets interviewed, she just keeps talking about how she wants to make love for days and nights to her husband.
Isn't that more interesting?
Bizarre.
Isn't that more interesting as a crazy person than the crazy person like Jennifer Lopez, who changed her name to J-Lo and wants everybody to call her that, and like always talks about how, you know, I read her interviews, they're so uninteresting because it's all just, you know, ego based, and you know how she's going to take roles away from other women, and she's
no longer interested in the narcissist. Now we went to frankly psychotic.
Psycho, much better.
Yeah.
Psycho chicks are the best.
No, I think Joe is right here because
clearly,
look, we've all clearly derived some entertainment from Angelina Jolie's bizarre life, right?
Dude, I think she's great.
Have we really gone beyond the days of P.T. Barnum? Or we just sort of changed? No, we haven't really.
We're never gonna change. We're talking monkeys.
All right, we will
I
take
happen to agree with you. By the way.
The monkeys who are in the studio are going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll speak to Caleb, who's 16. Mom just got married. His 18-year-old stepsister hits on him. Oh, that's good. With Joe Rogan after this.
LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Who's that? Is that the Colt?
Yeah, wow.
They got a signature sound, that Colt.
They're back.
Yeah, speaking of the Colt being back, they're going to be on this show on Tuesday.
So I always loved those guys.
Yeah. They're like,
it's so different. That Sanctuary song?
You kind of knew a Colt song. You knew what you were getting, but it was kind of like the Ramones, which was you liked what you were getting.
Right.
Like one guy was telling me the Ramones the other day. He goes, they only had one song, but it was really good. So I was like, okay, fine. Joe Rogan is here. Fear Factor is the name of his show. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, NBC. Drew can be found on Oprah tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That when's that, like 10?
Whenever,
10:30?
check. It's 3 out here, I think.
Bitch slapping Dr. Phil around.
No, he's not. Just me and Oprah.
Straight
All
now.
right, but there may be a new sheriff in town. Dr. Drew, everyone. Oprah tomorrow.
I still want to know how you found out what the hell happened there.
A guy named Jason Schrift, who works on The Man Show, one of our segment producers, is a guy. His girlfriend works on Oprah, and he apparently got the skinny from her.
Yeah, but she call up and said, "You'll never guess what happened today." What the hell?
Said that Drew went up to the sofa and spent the whole day on the sofa, and that's a big deal. Drew went to do Oprah last Thursday,
yeah. Right.
And I thought it was going to be the usual cluster F where he's in there,
right,
with 14 other guys,
in amongst all the other doctors doing nothing.
In fact, he said it will be me. It looked like the album cover of
Sgt. Pepper's.
Sgt. Pepper.
That's what I said because whenever Drew's done this before, where he goes, "I'm doing Larry King," and I'm like,
"You are here.
You're doing Larry King?" Yeah. And I go, "You and one army," and as it turns out, it's Larry King, Drew, and 35 other so-called experts. But Drew was actually up there, sitting next to Oprah the whole show, right, Drew?
Yeah.
All right, so we can look forward to seeing that tomorrow.
Good time.
Caleb?
Yeah, I made that call up, by the way, but
Oh, what?
Oh, all right. Why?
What?
You got something good fast?
Well, I don't really have much good, but
all right.
What was that about?
I don't
made up
know. You know, a lot of people call the show and they go, I made up the call. And then they think we're supposed to
Keep them on the line.
Yeah, we'll get rid of them.
Reward them.
Nancy?
Yeah.
Thank them for making up the call.
Right, you're 24. What's up?
Well, I went to see my doctor in February because I wanted to be put on the pill. And they told me, you know, you have to wait till the first Sunday after you start your period to start the pill.
Right.
Well, I haven't had my period since then, and I've taken many pregnancy tests, and I'm not pregnant.
Were you having irregular periods prior to this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's a Lion Speedway.
I'm sitting on my front porch. Yeah, I'm fairly irregular. Usually it's only about 2 months in between periods, so...
Did you have any spotting or anything like that?
No, nothing. So...
Have you been... Did he test you for the irregular periods at the time they gave you the pills?
No, you know, she really didn't ask me any kind of questions. It was...
What do you mean test? How do you test someone for that?
For instance, their thyroid condition. Just rule out the things that could be affecting the period. And usually it's some irregularity of your own sort of internal cycling mechanisms. And the pill will reestablish normal cycling. If somebody doesn't have... One of the things you want to rule out is polycystic ovarian syndrome, for instance. Are you kind of overweight at all?
I am a little bit. Within the last year, I've gained weight pretty fast, and I was told to have my thyroid checked out.
Yeah, your thyroid, you want to make sure you don't have what's called PCO, polycystic ovarian syndrome. These are all important things.
Right.
And it may just be the weight itself. So I would go back, get it properly checked out.
The weight screwed up her period?
It can. And or
too much pressure on the vagina?
No,
closed it up?
what it does is stops
inner thighs mashing together.
Stops her cycling. Stops the cycling, but the fat produces
masturbation.
The fat produces a lot of estrogen, and that tends to suppress the cycling that would normally occur. But I would say, you know, if you had the workup properly done and you still no period, you might just go ahead and start the pill. But you
that's what I wanted to know.
But you want your doctor. You want to get the proper workup first, all right?
Okay, so I need to see the doctor before I can. Actually
I would do that.
Okay,
all right.
That's what I need. Thank you very much.
All right, good times. Let's talk to Melissa. Is 20. Melissa.
Hi.
What's up?
Okay. All my life, my mother's pretty much just thrown me aside. When she was pregnant with me, nobody knew until the day I was born, pretty much. And my grandparents raised me. And I lived with both of her little sisters and whatnot.
Both of whose little sisters?
My mom's. Both of her little sisters.
All right.
Grandparents raised her.
Okay.
So the grandparents must be a piece of work, too.
Grandparents were raising... okay.
Yeah, I'm the oldest grandchild, and they raised me, and yada, yada, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, like my whole life, I've had serious problems in relationships. I don't know if it's something to do with the way my mother did me, because I'd never, you know, my grandfather was an alcoholic, so I really didn't have much of a father figure around.
Well, look, just being abandoned by your mom can create profound problems with being able to trust and open to people.
Yeah.
Secondly, trying to manage an alcoholic in your life who's really your primary caretaker by itself can have substantial effects on your relationship.
Plus,
so you've had really two big hits.
Old guys are almost like alcoholics anyway.
Yeah.
Old grandparents, I mean.
Yeah, they walk around in their pajamas with erections. They either out of line. You know what I mean? So old guys who are drunk.
How many old guys with erections have you been around?
Oh, you'd be surprised. I just mean an old guy who's drunk is just figuring, F it, I got nothing to lose anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that's scary to a young kid.
Yeah, well, and, I mean, there's more to it. Like, when I was living with my grandparents, they're truck drivers, and they were always away. And so... like my mom's youngest brother, who is 8 years older than me, was always taking care of me too.
He sexually abused you?
No, he didn't actually. But when I was about 11 years old, I finally moved in with my mom and my stepdad. She was pregnant with my little sister at the time. But ever since I was probably 11 or 12, I've been real uncomfortable around my stepdad. And I don't know if maybe he's done something to me and I've blocked it out of my...
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably just don't like guys. How many kids has your mom had?
She's had me, then I have a little brother she put up for adoption when I was 5.
Oh, how about that?
But at what point do you just put a mop handle up her and break it off? You know, I mean, from a societal standpoint, it's like, listen, you coked up old witch, what the hell are you doing? Stop having the goddamn kids. You're single-handedly bringing down the United States. You're giving kids up for adoption. You got another kid over the grandparents' house.
She's actually raised my little sister, so I can't really...
Well, even worse.
Yeah, well,
But-
you need your strippers and
Right, that's
porno
true.
stars.
How old's your little sister?
She is 9.
Uh-oh.
So, and then I always get crap because we have no relationship, but there's 12 years difference, so that's not going to happen.
Right, sure.
And also, I'm also a recovering coke addict of 3 years.
All right. Well, listen. You stay focused on a very, very diligent program of recovery because that will do you a lot of good in terms of improving your ability to make relationships. All right.
Okay.
You have a sponsor now.
No, actually, I do not. I haven't had one in about
All right.
3 years.
You get yourself a sponsor. You work your steps through again. You focus on that 4th and 5th step. Open up to that person, and that will substantially improve your ability to trust and open to other people as well. Okay.
Are you working?
Yeah, I'm a waitress at a high-profile restaurant, whatever. I make pretty good money.
You actually sound, you correct me if I'm wrong on this, Adam, you sound pretty good.
Yeah.
She doesn't give you that feeling that she should give you, right?
No.
And that means your recovery is going pretty well, but you can go even deeper, and that will really help you get what you want out of relationships.
Okay.
Okay?
Right. The feeling you're talking about, Drew, is the feeling where you want to cry while you're beating the crap out of them.
Yes. Exactly.
Like,
and run out of the room screaming.
Right. They're like these horribly, horribly abused, poor people that have led these tragic lives who you want to kill because they're so angry and so annoying. At the same time, they're telling you about being raped. You're thinking, if I could just get in one clean punch. That's the feeling we're usually talking about, right? And we didn't have that with Melissa.
Not at all. Not
All
at
right.
all. It was just striking.
Good times. Jade? You're 15?
Yeah.
What's up?
I wanted to make a comment on something you guys were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking to a girl, and you were talking about how Wiccans are just fat ladies that sit around.
Fat what?
Fat ladies, fat chicks,
Right.
sit around and talk or whatever. Well, I wanted to make a statement because I'm a Wiccan, and I'm also a lesbian, and I'm very lightweight, and it's not just girls.
Do you have a big girlfriend?
Actually, I have no girlfriend.
Oh, really? And how long have you been a lesbian and a Wiccan?
I've been a lesbian for 7 months, and I've been a Wiccan for 4.
I think you have to do it for a year to be officially considered a lesbian.
I'd like to combine the lesbian and Wiccan and just go with lickin'. Wouldn't that solve a lot of problems?
I think lesbian.
Lesbian? No, but lickin' really describes the action of the lesbian.
Quiet.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm hunting lesbians.
All right, so what'd your parents do? Freak you out?
Actually, I only live with my mom. I told her, and she's like the coolest mom in my opinion. She's raised me really well. We've hit rough patches, but she took it all in stride. She's come to a PFLAG meeting for me before, and
What? What is that?
PFLAG?
What's a PFLAG?
Parents, friends, and families of lesbians and gays.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. But notice no mention of Dad here.
No.
Where's Dad?
I could care less. From what I know, because my mom left him when I was 4, he was a jerk, and he was also addicted to all kinds of stuff, obsessive, drunk.
Right. All right.
And he
all
was
right.
also schizophrenic.
What are they? What,
Schizophrenic.
what goes on at those PFAG meetings?
PFLAG.
Oh, PFLAG. Sorry,
dude.
Actually, the parents mostly, they come, and a lot of them are in distress because they're like, oh my God, my son or daughter is gay, and they're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, and they'll be crying, and so they come to these to get reassurance, and there'll be people there, and other parents are saying, well, it's all right, this is who they are, and I mean, you've lived with them for this many years, and you've accepted them so far, but
have you ever seen Cher at one of those meetings?
no.
I think she's done some of those.
Has she?
Yeah, that's what I hear. Hey, Jade. All right, so listen, you're Wiccan, but you're not fat.
Can I ask you this?
But you're 15. Give it time. Yeah.
What is the philosophy behind this whole Wicca thing? What's the deal with it?
The Wicca's a kind of chair.
Wicca and Wiccan isn't the same thing?
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, sorry.
Do you want my opinion on it?
Yeah. Well, what is your take on it? Why are you a Wiccan? Because I'm not even sure exactly what it is. I saw some interview with a guy from Godsmack was talking about being a Wiccan. That's the only thing I know about Wiccan. Worshipping the earth or something.
Right, it's about recycling.
What's it about?
The thing most people get confused about it is they think
We collect cans and bottles.
it's worshiping the devil.
What are you worshiping? Or what is the deal?
Actually, it's
earth healing magic in a way.
Magic?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a lot like paganism, but Wiccans are more passive.
Right.
So what do you do? Like, how do you heal the earth?
Well, we don't really heal Earth. We do our best not to hurt it, but we don't try to go around.
The magic part is the part that I'm very curious about.
It's it's really hard to explain. It's like it's not something you can physically see. You can see it mentally if you can imagine it.
So you guys like sit around and imagine the world is a better place?
No. Me and my friends, because all of us are Wiccan, we get together, we worship like solstice, and we just go through a ritual.
All right.
And a ritual sounds really bad, but it's the best way I can explain it.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for shedding light on the Wiccan religion. Wait, hey, Jade?
Huh.
All right, you're fine. I'm just saying, though, at 15, there's still time to put weight on, so just take it slow. Okay? Because when you become Wiccan, I think your metabolism slows down or something. All I know is we had Wiccans in here, did we not, Drew?
There was no Wiccans when I was in high school.
Like, look, they don't know what they do because it's about the earth. It's about healing the earth. It's about praying. No, we don't use potions. No, we don't cast spells. No, we're not witches, but we like the earth. But it's like,
they do magic.
My mom likes the earth, but she recycles. She goes to the Whole Foods place and buys brown rice. You know, is she a Wiccan? No. It's more than that. But every time I try to take a Wiccan and figure out, basically give them the microphone and ask them what it's about, I never quite get an answer.
Well, what's starting this trend with kids becoming Wiccans?
Oh.
Because
it's kind of like a trend, right? I mean, it hasn't really been going on that long.
You know what?
Why is a lot of lesbians are doing that?
What it is Wiccan is essentially a gang for overweight lesbian women. And whereas we have the Crips and the Bloods, and we have the Aryan gangs, and we have all these groups for guys who are brought up in less than desirable environments, they get to go somewhere and be with their own. That's what this is.
So there's nothing about being a lesbian, about being a Wiccan that coincide, that resonate in some way?
No.
It's just a place where lesbians are, therefore I go there.
Yes. You talking about you or one?
You and me both.
I see.
Speaking as a Wiccan.
Joe Rogan is our guest tonight. Fear Factor is the name of his show, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, NBC. We'll take a little break, and we'll be back.
Hello? Who's this?
This is LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back. Yep, it is LoveLine, everybody. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Joe Rogan is our guest tonight. How do you know him? From News Radio, all those seasons, and soon to be seen on Fear Factor, which is coming out tomorrow, 8 o'clock, NBC. There you go. He knows his way around the microphone, too. He just gave a great head nod there. Tara?
Yes?
You're 23.
Yes.
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm actually from northern Kentucky, but I don't want to say Kentucky because I live 5 minutes from Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this awful situation about me.
This is that energy we were talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tara.
Is it so bizarre? Well, I have never, ever had an orgasm in my life, and I will be, a disgusting girl and admit to you that, yes, I've been with 120 guys.
Whoa. How old are you?
I'm 23, and I was a virgin until I was 18, and I'm being honest about this. Honest as hell.
Wow. And do you know, so you said the 123, that's the exact number?
No, 120.
Oh, 120? I'm sorry.
Why? What do you do for a living?
Between 100 and 130. I don't know. I made a list one day, and I actually remembered enough to be up to 100.
Yeah. It's
That's
great.
in 5 years?
I don't, and it's localized, because I live, I live in a little local town. I get a little local bars, and it's been localized. And
You're the only chick with a working vagina in your town or something? What the hell's going on? How do you have sex with that many guys?
I've never had an orgasm in my life. Never. And I don't know what it is. People tell me, and I'm like, well, I sit there and I think,
Have you been in love?
Yes, I had a boyfriend for 2 years, but I never had one with him either.
Hold on. Drew, she was in love with 65 through 115.
No.
You had a boyfriend for 2 years, so it's really only been 3 years you've been banging around like this.
Before I dated him, 18. You know how many I've been with after him? Half of his friends.
All right.
Yeah, well, okay.
But it was after we broke up, so I don't think it's that bad.
All right, here's the deal. Is there bipolar illness in your family?
No, but I do have panic disorder. I have ADD.
Yeah.
I was on Zoloft for depression.
Yeah, well, Zoloft will make it so you can't have orgasms.
But you know what? I haven't taken Zoloft in like a year and a half.
Are you taking anything else?
No, I drink alcohol.
Drink what?
Alcohol.
Wow, that's a bizarre pronunciation of alcohol.
That's a Northern Kentucky wishes she was in Cincinnati pronunciation.
You sound just so hyper and so spun.
But I want to know why I'm not having orgasms.
Well, because you've not had an intimate relationship.
I loved Adam, though. I loved him. And I never had one with him. And I did him every night. I mean...
Well, that may have been his problem, but the point is...
Wait a minute.
What makes you have an orgasm?
Oh, she's saying never had him?
Never had an orgasm.
Never. I don't know what it is. What it's like, why it happens.
I swear to God, she just said, I loved Adam.
Adam. Her boyfriend was named Adam, too. There's a lot of other Adam and Eve. Remember that guy?
I didn't hear the Adam part.
And then she said, I loved Adam, and I never had him.
Yes.
An orgasm.
Right.
Now, here's the deal, Tara.
Hold on. Did you talk about the guy's name Adam earlier?
Yes. No. But here's the deal. These tangential references, the pressured speech, the verbal speed, the pressure behind the speech, all that goes with hypomania, okay? And so sometimes when people are acting out sexually like this, it's actually because they're bipolar. And hypersexuality becomes part of manic depression.
But I'm thinking, are you telling me I'm bipolar?
Well, I
kind of thought I was one time.
Who thought that?
My doctor never told me. You know, I'm not thinking that, but I'm thinking, is it maybe like the fact that I think I should have an orgasm is why I'm...
Tara, relax. Yes, that's part of it, but also...
down a notch, kid.
Also, it's this...
Can't get off the orgasm.
You see how the thinking jumps around?
I don't know how tangential it is. She's been on orgasm since the moment she called, and she's not left it.
No, I drink alcohol. I've never masturbated. I'm scared of it.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Play that again, Anderson.
No, I drink alcohol.
I drink alcohol.
Tara, you hear that?
That is crazy.
Tara, do you hear that?
Do you hear
alcohol? No.
Are you high now at all?
No, I'm drunk.
Are you drunk? You do any speed?
No.
No.
I'm scared of drugs.
What is this no? Where are you getting that from? That's a weird accent.
I'm sorry.
No, but what is that? Do your friends do that? Is that like a new thing?
What? This is my thing.
Whoa.
When a guy pisses me off and he acts stupid.
Okay, this is all related.
And I go, why are you acting stupid like that? Because he's stupid. And you make fun of him. Like,
Tara?
Is this before or after you have sex with him?
No, this isn't when we're having sex.
Tara?
This is in general when they're on drugs and retarded.
Again, we're trying to explore why you choose so many partners that are so ungratifying.
Okay.
Were you sexually abused when you were growing up?
No, never. I was a virgin until I was 18.
Her dad was an alcoholic.
Alcoholic. My dad is a big old alcoholic. He doesn't like me. I haven't talked to him in about...
Dad's an alcoholic.
Brother with him.
Dad's...
Not with him. Oh, my God, I didn't mean that. No. I have a baby brother. He has a baby brother with my stepmom.
All right, hold on, Drew. I know crazy people, let me talk to her.
Where's your mom?
Second.
My mom's in Seattle right now. She doesn't like me.
Okay, so mom's abandoned, dad's an alcoholic. You're probably an alcoholic.
My mom's remarried. She's married to a lawyer.
Why doesn't your mom like you?
Me? I am a loser.
Why? Wow. What? Oh,
because I was in school for 4 years, and then I just dropped out, and they had sex and drank every night, and tried to find that right lover, and tried to have it.
Yeah, but Tara,
orgasm, and I can't do it.
Let's be serious here. You've got a psychiatric problem.
Why do you think... Are you a doctor?
Yes.
Like, what kind of a doctor?
Dr. Drew? Gee.
Why are you acting stupid like that?
How'd you figure that out?
and Tara...
No, he's great at basketball. He's fantastic. He's so good at basketball. That's why we call him.
He's got a PhD in plants.
Like, doesn't kill you.
What?
Now it's like turning into like not a sex thing; it's turning into a personality.
That's right.
That's
Clearly,
right. It's sex is
Can I ask you about personality things? Then I can tell you what I do every day.
Sex. What do you do?
Well, when I call people to give surveys and they don't want to do it, I want to throw the phone across the room and break it.
All right, sex is always just a piece of expression of who you
when
are.
I get really mad, I want to like break something.
I know, but Tara, you need this all treated. You need some help, and the sex stuff will take care of itself if you get the bigger situation.
So something though, I really want to have one. How do I do it?
That will come later. First,
does it just happen, or do you make it?
No, it just happens, but it requires you to have a stable.
But you have to hear the funniest story of the night. I have never masturbated, but I did one time, and it was with a kitchen table banana. I swear on my life. Why are you acting stupid like that?
And did it work? Did you have an orgasm?
I don't know what I did. I liked it, but I didn't do anything.
Okay, you've never you don't masturbate. What if you got yourself could you get yourself a vibrator?
I have one, but I've never opened it up out of the box.
Well,
why don't you open it up and put some batteries in it and see if you can give yourself an orgasm?
Can every woman have an orgasm?
No.
Can
All right,
See, but why don't the ones that don't?
All right, because they're crazy.
But many women can't masturbate because they need intimate. Some women need intimate connection for the sexual piece to
But you haven't
work.
agreed like you're
All right, hold on. Let me wrap it up with Tara over here. By the way, you must be attractive, right?
I'm 5'3", big old baby.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hey, radio, honey. I don't know what you can get away with in Kentucky.
She's got big old what? Boobs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, first off, here's the beauty of men. This woman is clearly insane, and listening to her speak is really like listening to somebody's teeth grind on a sharpening wheel.
Yes.
But yet, she will find a new partner every single night.
Yeah, but this was the wrong kind of crazy for sex. This isn't like the Angelina Jolie crazy. This is the won't shut up crazy.
The point is there's a guy willing to take her home every night.
A guy, they're probably
5 guys every night because she's got a tight ass and a big rack, and that's the beauty of men. Okay,
clearly,
Tara. You
need to see
you need psychiatric help.
Absolutely.
You need to talk to a doctor for your head, and then you straighten that out, and you get your orgasm.
That's right.
So you cannot skip. You cannot skip mode A. You must go to the A section. That's the shrink, and then you go to the B section. That is the orgasm.
Now, seriously, I know a girl, and this is a real question. I know a girl who said there was nothing wrong with her. She was a normal person. She said I never had sex with her. She said she never had an orgasm.
We will address it after the break.
Okay.
All right.
LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Yep. LoveLine, everybody. I'm Adam. That's Drew. That's Joe Rogan over there. Fear Factor is the name of the show that he's hosting, which is out tomorrow. Has anyone else, you got some female who's like out in the field or anything?
No, just me.
Oh, that's good.
24/7 with those freaks.
You guys, were you guys all over doing that?
All over California. Not even just Southern California. All, like from Palmdale up to half hour south of the LAX.
What was the process?
Well, I was involved in it. From what I understand, they just set up stands at like concerts and stuff and said, do you want to be on a game show where you face your fears or blah, blah, blah. And you can get people to do anything today. To get them on
what's the prize for winning it?
$50,000 every week someone will win.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It's not bad.
So it turns over each week? There's new set of contestants?
New people every week.
All right, that is 8 o'clock on NBC tomorrow night, everybody.
It's a freak show. You got to watch. Oh, the orgasm thing.
Oh, yeah. Orgasm.
Yeah, because this girl I knew, she was not crazy, and I wasn't having sex with her, so she had no reason to lie.
Yeah.
And she was a nice person.
How old was she?
I think she was 23, and she had a sister that was the same way.
Well, most women before the age of 18 have difficulty having orgasm. Most. After 18, it starts happening. The vast majority, though, only during oral sex. Most women have difficulty masturbating because it's not like a male at all. The male, it happens automatically. It's one moving part.
Yeah, what is it that makes a woman, I know physically how to do it, but what is the biological mechanism? Like, what is the deal?
It's a spinal reflex, but in men, it's purely a spinal reflex. Right. In women, they need something going on in the central nervous system of the brain in order for that spinal reflex to be activated. In some women, it's very active and very different. But and that's the thing about women is their response, the spectrum of response is extremely broad. Some women are multi-orgasmic, some women have anorgasmic, some women are just during intimate contact, some women can masturbate, some women can't. Men, all the same. It's all the same.
Like, I'll give you an example. I would love to see what percentage of hostages and
continue to masturbate.
What percentage of male hostages squeeze one off within their first 3 days of captivity?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they're at the Hanoi Hilton.
Yeah. Right.
And war prisoners, by the way, have beat off within the first few days of captivity. I bet it's at an alarmingly high rate.
Yeah, just for relaxation purposes.
Yes,
right.
And for women, no way.
No way.
No way.
As a guy, you could hear like your buddy who was the navigator in the F-16 that just got shut down being tortured in the next room, and you could probably still squeeze one off. In adverse conditions, it might add a few minutes, but I bet a guy would still get one off. Women would probably the whole 5 years they were there.
No way.
They wouldn't do it.
Think about it.
Right.
And it's there's even a more interesting part of it is that I hear this from lesbian couples, is that after a few months, sex just kind of stops.
What?
Yeah.
With the lesbians?
Yeah, they for many lesbians. Lickens.
This is very common.
Sex becomes, not such an issue. So men are the ones that sort of push that a little bit.
Oh, no, man. I know a lot of girls who push it.
Again, it's that broad spectrum. The big spectrum of
But
differences
with
among
lesbians, there's less of a broad spectrum? It's a
no,
tighter
there's just spectrum too, but it's common. I mean, for a heterosexual couple, that would be like, whoa, something's wrong with the relationship. For lesbian couples, that's apparently common for it to sort of.
Well, if you look at it this way, that a lot of couples that have been together for a long time, monogamous relationships, heterosexual couples, they've been married for 8 years. It starts to slow down, but the guy usually keeps it moving along.
Yeah.
Now you replace the guy with another
I disagree
woman.
with that because I think a lot of times it's the woman who's trying to keep it moving along because the guy's gotten bored.
Sometimes
and the woman is like, "Come on, we don't have sex anymore."
Right, but the woman sometimes is more like, "Come on, we don't do anything romantic. Come on, you don't bring me flowers. Come on."
And then she's like, "Come on, we're not having sex enough. I'm afraid you're going to do something different."
Right. I'm afraid you're leaving.
Right. And a lot of it, too, is, come on, we never do that stuff you used to do when you were trying to bang me.
Right.
All that lead-up stuff, the dinners, the looking into the eyes, the paying attention, all that stuff.
Oh, my God.
Chris?
Yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah, I have a question. When me and my girlfriend have sex, after like 15 minutes or so, she starts to have a little pain. Like she says, she compares it to like a rug burn feeling.
Mm-hmm. Is she lubricating normally?
She appears to be.
Are you using Are you using a condom?
Yeah.
So she could be irritated from the condom, or even reacting allergically to the condom.
Are you hung like a horse, dude?
What's that?
Are you hung like a horse?
About 7.5.
After what period of time?
That's good.
After what period of time does she start to complain?
Not big for a horse, but good.
After what period of time does she complain about this?
Just after probably 10, 15 minutes, she starts, I can see it in her face, she's hurting.
That may be as long as some women can't go that long.
Okay.
10 minutes is sort of upper limit for some women.
Okay.
So it may be the condom or that's just her natural time limit.
You can see it in her eyes that she's in pain.
Yeah, and
it's like just
back
another
off a bit.
15.
I'm like,
Oh,
make
I
sure
see.
she's okay.
All right.
I don't want to hurt her.
You're a good guy. What a nice guy.
All right, that just may be her point.
Okay.
All right, you're going to have to squeeze it off a little sooner than that. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Stop spanking it so much, dude. That's what it is.
All right.
All right.
Good luck. Good times.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I really think for women, it's like it's really tantamount to skipping rope or running in place for guys.
The burn.
No, what I mean is like people talk about having sex all night long and stuff, but just skip rope for 8 minutes nonstop. Don't stop. See how you feel.
Very difficult. Isn't it nice though to get a call like that? After all the other calls, where it's like, healthy couple, just, sometimes it hurts when we have sex too long. Well, don't do it too much. Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
I care about her. I pull out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hurt her.
Wasn't the advice of don't jack off somebody?
Yeah, well, that was my advice. But that's my advice for everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Daniel?
Seems to help me.
What's up?
You're 19.
Yeah. Well, my first problem is, my right testicle is getting smaller than my left one.
You sure the left one's not getting bigger?
No, it's like, no. Well, no, it's,
Because there are many more reasons for a testicle to get big than there is for a testicle to get small.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's just very funny to me.
The thing that's tripping me out, because I've been with my girlfriend for 2 years, and since I hit puberty, my doctor's been telling me to feel my testicles, check for, cancer and stuff.
Does he tell you to do it in front of him?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking.
No, but, he tells me to, check my testicles, and I've been checking them. But lately, I feel like my left one, it's getting smaller. To me, it feels smaller than my left one. But it's not, like, I could compare them, like, before, and they were both the same size. And
Well, I suspect that one's getting bigger.
One's getting bigger?
Yeah, and there's all kinds of reasons that could happen. You could have a hernia, you could have cysts, you could have epididymitis, and you just, you've seen a change, so it's time to go back to your doctor, let somebody who's trained in feeling these things take a look.
Daniel, you sound a little like
anxious.
a hypochondriac.
Yeah, a little
anxious.
I've been waiting, like, for 40 minutes.
No.
No, I just mean in life. Are you worried about things?
Well, I just finished school, so...
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so you're paranoid. I understand. I remember what it was like when I graduated.
You finished school, immediate paranoia.
I just finished my freshman year.
I see.
So...
Well, after freshman year, and that's when the paranoia really set in, yeah.
And my other question was,
yeah,
I'm not circumcised.
See?
Yeah. So, when I have sex, it like I go real fast, which sucks for my girlfriend, but I go real fast.
It has nothing to do with circumcision.
It's nothing because I was told. Well, I guess I was wrong then. And I was wondering, what can I do? What can I do to keep going?
Got a lot of energy on the Pepe.
Yeah.
A lot of energy there.
Hey, you know when Joe was saying not to whack off so much?
No.
I think maybe you should do it a little more.
I called before. I didn't get through with you guys, but I called before, and he told me to do that. And I'm the kind of guy that can't. It takes forever, and I can't. Like, I don't know how visual stuff, I just can't do it.
Wait a minute. You come too quickly when you're with a woman?
With my girlfriend.
But you can't ejaculate?
I can't masturbate.
You mean you've never done it?
No, I have, like, when I was younger, but I can't do it anymore. Since I've been with my girlfriend, I cannot. I could try as much as I want, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I'll be doing it for 15 minutes and get real bored. I just don't have patience.
I'm getting anxious just listening to that here.
Daniel, what do you wash your hands a lot and do a lot of compulsive behaviors?
No. Well, I just drink Starbucks, so I'm kind of
wired
a little.
Plus, with the graduation from the sophomore year,
freshman year.
Are you doing speed?
Excuse me? No. Haven't touched it. I don't do any drugs, drink, or anything.
All right. But you don't do any drugs or drink because you're worried you're going to get cancer. It's going to kill you, right?
No. Look, I'm not crazy, dude. I'm being serious. Like, I'm a little hyper because of the Starbucks Frappuccino, but that's it.
Hey, Daniel?
Yeah.
Unless they put methamphetamine in the Starbucks, it would not do this to you, okay?
And man, it's $6 as is. Imagine if they started putting meth in there. It'd probably be like $140 a cup. Hey, Daniel?
Yeah.
Why don't you see if you can work out the beating off thing? That seems to be a symbolic hurdle in your life.
Yeah.
I think if you could figure that one out, a lot of other things would clear up for you.
That's really bizarre. Do you do it without visual assistance?
No, I do it with visual assistance, and I go sometimes, but not all the time. Like, I'm just impatient.
That's
obviously.
called anxious, Daniel. That's what we're talking about. You are extremely anxious man. Yes.
The thing is,
hey.
Go ahead.
Stop the denial. Really,
No.
You're so anxious,
No.
Dude. You're like part hummingbird.
Yeah, exactly. And then you need to get command of things a little bit. You need command of yourself.
On the radio either. So
all right, I know. Okay. You had the cappuccino. You just graduated your freshman year. You've never been on the radio. You've been on hold for 40 minutes. Even with all that factored in.
That factors in most of our callers.
At least you're not a Wiccan.
That's true.
Right, but you are an anxious guy.
And you need to get command of your own sexual functioning, is what Joe's telling you. You need to be in control of the ship a little bit here.
As guys go, anxious does not translate into good sex as far as guys go.
Especially Pop goes the weasel, right? That's his problem.
I can't imagine he can't control himself with his girlfriend, but cannot coax an orgasm out of himself.
Yeah,
I could never hang with this guy. Never. I just don't respect him, man. Sorry, brother.
Nothing in common.
Rosa? Yeah, what would we talk about?
Really,
Wiccans.
Rosa, you're 18.
Yeah, I had a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I was planning on getting my nipples pierced, and I had previously had like an eyebrow piercing, and it got like clogged. And, like, it had pus inside, so then I had to take it off.
Listen, that's not clogged. That's infected. Okay.
It didn't get all nasty. It just, like, before, like, I had a liquid coming out or whatever.
Well, look, the eyebrow and the belly button are the most commonly rejected piercings. Mm-hmm. And whether or not that rejection is part of an infectious process or whether it's secondarily infection, it's all sort of moot. You had a rejection.
But, hey, Drew, if some people are more... Their bodies are more hospitable to foreign objects.
Yes, that's probably true.
So if one rejected it already, has a history of rejection, wouldn't you think that they have a greater increased chance of rejection in another area?
Or if it's due to infection, you'd assume that same bacteria is present elsewhere in the skin. So you'd say definitely a belly button would reject. The question is, would something like a nipple reject?
Hey, Rosa?
Mm-hmm.
Why with the nipple rings?
Why? I don't know. It's just something I want.
What's how's life going for you?
It's going good.
Yeah? You got a boyfriend?
Yeah, I do.
Does he want that?
No. I brought it up.
Well, does he like it now that you brought it up?
He said he'd pay for it.
So he wants it? I mean, he'd like to see you that way?
Well, I guess.
What would that do for you?
I don't know. I like piercings. And
Why?
Why?
I don't know. I like how they look.
All right.
Well, isn't it important to know why you're doing things in life? Just a little bit?
Yeah, when you're shoving a barb through your nipples, right?
Just have a sense of why you're doing that, other than, hey, I was bored. It looked good.
Don't you think that's, without sounding too condescending here, isn't that just the essence of doing stupid ass? Not really having a clear-cut motivation.
You know what? I would think that for a guy, it's more normal to get a nipple. I mean, I don't have one. I don't even know any dudes that have them. But I think for a guy, the nipples are less sexual. You know, for a woman to pierce it, I think is a little weirder.
Well, maybe that's why it's pierced, because of these.
Yeah, but it like ruins it.
Yeah, I think as a guy, I think it's kind of freaky.
Who wants to suck on a nipple with like a piece of metal on it? You know,
well,
that's just weird.
Rosa's boyfriend. All right, Rosa.
But he doesn't. It's not his idea. He just said he'd pay for it.
Right. Hey, Rosa, you know, you're 18. Sometimes you do stuff when you're 18 that you regret later on, and this may be one of them. But if you want to do it, and you can always take it out.
Yeah, it's not like tattooing your face. Don't do that.
You know, we've seen scarring that permanently.
Yeah, with your history.
Yeah.
Does it mess up the sensitivity?
It can mess up all kinds of things.
Oh, Rosa, you don't want that.
Plus, the other part of Joe's argument is for guys' nipples are sort of, I don't know, superfluous. Yeah, there's nothing. They don't do anything. A woman theoretically has to use them as a part at a certain point in her childbearing years, right?
Yeah. But I have a friend. My friend Brian says that his my friend in New York, Brian, not my friend. My friend in L.A., Brian. I hope he's not listening, thinking what. But I have a friend in New York who says that his nipples are like a girl's nipples, like a chicken touches nipples,
Adam.
and he freaks out.
That's Adam.
I like it. I have sensitive nipples.
No, but this guy freaks out.
Oh, what do you mean freak out?
Like, like seriously, it's like a woman's nipples. Like it's really sexual.
I like a little nipple play myself.
You're not that bad, though, are you?
No, but I have those huge areolas, those big saucer-size areolas.
Big silver dollars. He said women touch his nipples, and he just boing. He said it's just like a woman's nipples.
There's a handful of women who have almost no sensation in their nipples, and there's a handful of guys who have a lot of sensation. I wonder if God didn't just switch the nipples on a few people.
Just misplaced them?
Yeah, like this batch of chick nipples got put on this guy by mistake and vice versa. I think that may have gone on.
That's very possible. Because you ever seen a dude like with no shirt on who's got really big nipples and it like looks really creepy? Yeah, you know, like a guy at the beach or something. Like, yo, dude, what's up there?
Scary part's when you get turned on. Josh?
Hey, Dr. Drew Adam.
Yeah. Hey, and Joe Rogan.
How's it going, Joe?
What's going on, man?
Joe from News Radio, right?
That's me, dude.
Excellent. Got a question for you. Actually looking for a little direction. Been dating a girl just a few times. And kind of strange when we're dating. I guess we're going out, and she's made it very obvious, very apparent that she doesn't want to be touched. And listening from the show a lot, you know, I suspected some sort of sexual abuse or something. So anyway, I continued, just thought no big deal, and took her out a couple more times. And finally, it kind of came out that she's been, well, how did she put it? She's been raped and molested by guys.
How did she put that?
Cornhole by her uncle.
She put it in a poem.
Yeah.
It wasn't wasn't poem form.
Don't you hate that part of the date? I mean, that part of the relationship. We've all had them. You know, stuff's going great. You guys think you're hitting it off. You're on your like fifth date, and all of a sudden she gives you that
drops the bomb.
Yeah, listen, I think you should know something. You almost want to just plug your ears and go running out because you're thinking this cannot. Whatever it is, it's not good. But
yeah.
All right, so she told you that. Now, how many dates have you been on with her?
3.
Yeah, and have you kissed her?
No, that's another problem, and I think that's obviously tied to the.
Well, she won't let you. She won't let you touch her. You said.
Why does she want to go out though?
Well, I don't know. I guess my question would be, you know, because I haven't dated a lot of girls in the past that have had this problem.
Have you dated a lot of girls at all?
Yeah. Well.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you would call it dating, but we wouldn't call it dating.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you a virgin, dude?
I don't know.
Honestly, you a virgin?
No.
No.
But almost, right?
Do I have that? Tone that you're looking for? On the
no. You know what you're doing is you're sort of hanging around a dry well, hoping that something's going to happen, and that's a slightly desperate move for a guy.
Well, it's been 3 dates, and I haven't really pressured it because she's kind of set it up as, hey, I don't really feel comfortable with that. I mean, it's not that she doesn't want to be touched at all. She just feels uncomfortable.
Is she good looking?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, very, very good looking.
There you go.
That's what I love about guys, too. They're a little weighted out.
Well, my question being, is
this is one of those guys that has spins webs about it. I got a million thoughts about this one and how to make it work and why I'm hanging out.
You putting a plan together, Josh?
No, I'm looking for direction from you guys.
Okay.
Well, do you guys have fun other than the no kissing part?
Yeah, we have a good time.
So why don't you just be friends with her, dude?
Well, I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, see,
but what purpose? You're not going to
purpose.
Here's it. How old is she, Josh? Purpose. How old is she?
I like guys.
She's 24.
Oh, my God.
And how old are you, dude?
I'm 25.
He's 25.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Now. And obviously it's probably going to be hard because I don't know what type of abuse or how long, that kind of stuff. But I mean, is this something that can be worked through, something that I should give it a chance, or should I run screaming?
You should run screaming, but okay, here's the problem. A lot of women that were abused are either hypersexual or shut down. Unfortunately, Josh, I hope you're sitting down. You probably, if she's 24, she probably just finished her hypersexual period and said, no more of that. No more three-ways, no more filming it, no more simulated lesbian acts. Right. Now, I'm shutting down business.
Now I got to find a nice guy and not have sex.
Right. You may be that guy. But here's what you should say to her. I think you should say to her, look, I like you. And I'd like, as long as we're moving forward, that's fine. But if you're not trying and you're not working and we're just at a standstill here, then forget it.
Dude, let me ask you a question. On the food chain, are you guys on the same branch?
The numbers
I would say so.
Really? So you're a good-looking dude?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
come on.
I do okay.
Dude, nobody knows you. You're on the radio. Seriously, you good-looking dude?
Numbers talk.
Are you as good-looking as she is a good-looking woman?
I'd probably be stepping up, maybe a couple rungs in the looks department, maybe.
Right.
Because otherwise you wouldn't really be chasing this.
Yeah,
right.
Probably not. But
yes, Joe is right. It's good to step up 1 to 1.5 rungs, but if you step up like 3 rungs, then you just become a whipping
Unless
boy.
you're a producer.
Right. Well, no, that hires your rung.
You're allowed to step 10 rungs.
No, but he's already up the rungs.
Oh.
You see?
So you can get away with it because you're a producer.
Ah, I see.
That factors in.
Give the lecture, please.
Okay.
Listen, I understand. I see. You don't have to do the math.
Thing. Yes.
I understand.
All right, so Josh.
Flee.
No, I'm not saying flee, but be honest with yourself. You really are just after having sex with this girl. And if that is your goal, then be honest. That's what you're trying to do with this poor woman. And it's not going to be a gratifying situation. You're probably going to get dragged in more than you wish you had. She doesn't know where she's at in a relationship. She's not clearly into something with you. It's going to be very confusing, very tumultuous. If you're up for that, it's going to feel rather empty and desperate, even now we hear that.
And as we know from doing this show, that what you want may just be the first step in a hellish journey.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this is a woman with a lot of issues. And
now, should you abandon her? No, but as Joe said, you can be her friend. Right. That's fine. But look, you've got your own agenda going here, and it's about having.
But you know what happens if he is a friend? She's going to warm up again, like a year later, while he's got a girlfriend. Then she's going to kick back in, and he missed the boat, and he's mad at you.
All right, but she was screwing like a banshee just 6 months earlier and decided no more.
Is that the case with all of them, or some of them shut down from the get-go?
Some of them shut down.
Some shut down at the beginning. And then they hit a phase. There's usually a crazy
he
sexual
seems like
phase.
A nice guy, so let's hope that she never went through that phase.
The ones that shut down from the get-go usually only have it in for guys that are a-holes.
All right. Let's take a break. Joe Rogan is here. We'll be back.
Hello. This is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine, everybody. I'm Adam. That's Drew over there. Joe Rogan is our guest tonight.
Yo.
You can find Joe tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on NBC with his new show, Fear Factor. I knew it would come to me eventually. All right. We ready to go and take some more calls?
Fear Factor. Let's do that.
All right. Let's talk to Tony. Tony?
Yes.
What's up?
Dr. Drew, Adam Carolla, you guys are the...
Whoa. Well, you're not allowed to say that, sir.
Oh, Tony. Are you still there, Tony?
I'm going to put him on hold for a second. I should have the world's dumbest callers. I've said it many times.
Well, at least he was complimentary.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Yeah.
What's up?
me and my girlfriend have been pretty intimate for a while now, and we're not having sex or anything, but we'll like dry hump and things.
Sure.
And I've never ejaculated.
Dude, are you hiding in a closet right now?
No, in my bedroom.
Dude, you're 19?
Yeah.
You're
And
living at home?
Yeah, it's kind of pathetic, but
Okay,
whatever.
that's all right.
Better than 39.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Better than 39, I said.
Yeah.
19's not bad.
All right.
Yeah, but I was wondering, even though I don't ejaculate, I still have the pre-cum issue.
Yeah.
I don't know the technical term, but...
Pre-cum?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I was wondering, what are the chances of impregnating her?
Without putting your penis in her vagina?
Kind of about like a quarter of an inch, not even that much.
So you're halfway in it?
No.
You just put it in a little bit?
There's a little small penis
I'm like
humor
a
there.
40th in her, okay, man?
Oh, sorry, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
You have to
Well,
perk
listen,
up.
the tip part is the working end, the business end, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
So
like
unless you're backing in.
You have to dunk your balls in there, and that's safe. That's
Yeah,
the move.
I mean, the pre-cum gets in the vagina, that's it. Boy, that's a possible pregnancy. So if that happens, you should be taking the morning after pill.
Okay, and
By the way, let me stop for a second.
Right.
The president of the ACOG, the American Academy of Obstetrics and Gynecology, finally has come forward and said that all women of childbearing age should have a prescription for the emergency contraception on hand in their house.
Really? Wow, that's sweet.
Yeah. Damn it, that is the way to prevent pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, the way to prevent abortion. It's not an abortion pill. We're not talking about RU486. They're also suggesting that it be over the counter throughout the country. ACOG.
Well, listen, this, by the way, now hold on a second. I got to go on a mini rant here. I was watching one of my heroes, Dr. Kevorkian, on 60 Minutes tonight. I think it was a repeat, but there's some poor guy's got some palsy and he's spastic and he's swimming in his own. Not Kevorkian, the guy he kills. You know, he's swimming in his own saliva each time he tries to talk and breathe and stuff. And this guy gives him a shot of something, and we got to lock this 71-year-old guy up. And I just thought, here's all I want to say. There's certain things you have to know are going to be gone in 50 years.
Yeah.
Such as, it's almost like, it was so like separate drinking fountains for blacks and all that kind of stuff, that Jim Crow stuff. You had to know that, how long is this going to last? Are we really going to stick with this as a nation? And I got to believe that stuff like this morning after pill and you needing a prescription to get it and it being outlawed in certain places or certain places not carrying stuff, it's all going to be gone within the next 5 years. I'm
think,
sure.
You know what?
Although I said that about weed in 79. And I'm still wrong.
I think you're more likely to see euthanasia than blanket availability of the emergency contraception.
Really?
You saw the resistance, the crazy thinking that goes into that.
Well, that's from crazy right to life bitches who need a good screwing. Well, and by the way, whatever happened to that? Remember when guys used to do that? There was some chick who was real bitchy, and you'd go, "She needs a good screw."
Right.
I like that. Like
Dom Herrera does a great joke about that, about fixing her.
Yeah, guys used to do that. You know what would fix her? No, not therapy, Bob. A good banging.
Yeah.
A good banging.
Dom Herrera does a really
men have full, clear understanding of women. Go ahead. What is the joke?
Oh, I can't remember how it goes, but that's somewhere along the lines of one of his dumb friends going, "You know what she needs? She just needs a good stabbing." One of those things. Like she was like thanking the guy like all along. I thought that I needed to go to school and get an education. Really, all I needed to get banged really hard. Now I feel terrific. I'm very successful now. I'm a lawyer.
Sure.
All my anxieties are gone.
I had people tell me I needed a 12-step program. Turn one good pork in. That's all I needed. All right, so
the abortion thing's a very tricky thing. I think the way to get George Bush to approve abortion is to get his drunk daughter pregnant, and I think that's a good move because I think she's probably pretty easy.
Yeah,
if
Joe.
we could get like a big black guy to do it, I think he would change right away. I've been promoting this for a couple of months now,
right?
Because I know she's a drunk. And
bring
she
it
likes
close to home.
I think we could do it. I think we could pull it together.
Who are you thinking? Like an Arsenio type or Sinbad?
Sinbad's he's terrible. He's not funny.
Shaq type?
Yeah, like a Shaq guy. Yeah. Who's the guy? Who's the guy that plays for Philly that barely speaks English?
Oh,
Matumbo?
Yes, that guy. Get that guy to do it, or like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would be an excellent candidate,
right?
So
he gets.
Or Vander Holyfield. He likes to,
he's got a
women.
few, right?
Yeah. And then,
he likes to.
He does.
Well, there's two things he loves.
In wedlock, out of wedlock, whatever.
He loves Jesus and he loves banging chicks other than his wife.
He does like that.
All right.
Men are just beautiful instruments, aren't they?
Josh, yeah.
See how we went from pre-cum to that?
Instruments of grace and God. Yes, Josh, what's going on?
Yeah,
Sorry, dude.
So Josh was the dry hump pregnancy risk. And you're not really dry humping when your penis goes in the vagina, okay? That's not dry humping. I don't care if it's a quarter inch.
It's my kind of dry
I don't care if it's a centimeter.
Okay.
You're in.
Okay. And I have a question. I've heard that there's only like 3 or 4 days where a girl can get pregnant during the month.
Yes, the problem is you don't know when those 3 days are.
I don't. This is the day of the end of her period.
You don't know when those 3 days are.
No,
it's unlikely
it is less likely during that time.
Certainly very much less likely, but you really don't know.
Why aren't you having sex, Josh?
I heard you guys talking about this, a couple weeks ago, but I'm a really, really bad Christian.
No kidding.
So I find, like loopholes and stuff, like don't break the cherry and do it in the butt kind of stuff.
Oh, dude, hey.
Hold on, you're not.
Are you really? You're doing it in the butt?
No, I haven't done that yet.
He's aiming for that.
That's next step.
You got to have
lube it up with the quarter inch and then
program.
Oh boy!
Why don't you just prepare for sex and acknowledge what you're actually doing here?
Yeah, why are you a Christian? Are you a Christian because you believe in it, or is it the way you were raised?
I'm a really horny Christian, basically. I still believe in it,
but you really believe that you're not supposed to be horny? That's ridiculous. Come on, isn't it ridiculous? Can't you believe in God and still have some sex?
Yeah, but I don't really want to.
Before marriage?
It's a big step.
Are you going to marry her?
Yeah, probably.
Wait, what do you figure you were doing when you put your penis in her vagina?
Well, I haven't broken her.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, good. That's not sex.
Wait a minute.
Are you crazy?
How old is she?
She's 19 also.
How do you figure she has a cherry?
How do I figure?
Yeah.
At 19, she won't have one.
She won't?
No.
Yeah.
So what you did was had sex with her. A technical, but putting sex is violating the plane of the opening of the vagina.
How old is a woman when, their cherry goes away when they get older?
They usually kind of opens
hymen,
up. Yeah.
just
water skiing, horseback riding, weird uncle. They usually go.
It's mostly
bathtub
gone.
accidents.
Right.
It's mostly gone by 19.
Mostly.
All right. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, God does not like sinners, but you know what he hates? He hates retards.
And people lie to themselves.
You're a retard, and
Bro,
you're lying to yourself.
Just have some sex,
please.
Come on.
I'll tell you the problem with religion in a nutshell. Here's a guy, Josh. He's trying to stick close to his faith, yet he's got a boner the size of Montana. So what's he do? Well, he doesn't have a condom, and she's not on the pill, and there's no birth control to be found because they're good religious
They're
people.
not having sex.
Meanwhile, he's putting the business end of his penis in her, and she will then get pregnant because of his religion, essentially.
And
if he
has to marry her.
A good atheist would say, hey, look, we're getting it on. Let's go get some condoms and do it. All right.
Even an agnostic.
Tony? That's right.
What's that?
You're 25. What's up?
My question was for Joe, actually.
That's right. No more cussing, though, right?
Right. In relation to the show, Fear Factor, cool show, want to know how you guys audition people to get on the show.
Well, I didn't have any part in it, but there's a very thorough psychological examination, a physical examination they had to go through. They set up, from what I understand, they set up stands at like concerts and stuff, asking people if they want to be on a show.
I would love to see the psychological profiles they do.
A lot of people got booted.
I know.
I'm not
surprised. But they went through all this in Big Brother, too, and it's like...
It's not that... What do you mean?
It screens for like overtly unstable people.
Yeah, well, that's anyone who wants to be on a show like this is unstable.
Yeah, you're getting buried in rats.
They're all attention freaks. You know?
Right.
They're either there's three types of people doing a show. There's either the serious attention freaks, or there was a couple of people who were like the ones that were my favorite. Were people like, man, my life is boring and I'm always shy and I just want to do something crazy. And they were like, you were rooting for them because they were the ones who were the most scared. And then the other people were like, dude, I just want to win $50,000. Like, what do I got to do?
So Tony, you gonna try it?
Oh, I would love to.
Well, we filmed all these 9, and that's it for this season. But if they do it again, you'll be able to...
Tony's calling from Culver City. I think what he's angling for is to come down here and sign up with Joe tonight.
And jump off the roof onto a hay
You know what's great about guys who watch TV, too? They figure the host is also the executive producer and the writer and the network.
The network executive, yeah.
Dude, hook me up.
Right. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Well, hey, you want to host Jeopardy while you're at it?
Yeah, you're in, man. You're in. Can't you help me?
You know, it's weird. I was just thinking about, though, like when we grew up, we were watching TV, it was like there was no normal people on TV. It was like sitcoms.
Right.
You weren't going to be on Maude or the Jeffersons or Wonder Woman. You knew it. But I mean, now if you're watching TV and you're watching all of this reality-based stuff, and you can't quite do the math. You don't know that they have to turn down 2 million applicants to get on Survivor or whatever. But you're sitting there and you're watching Road Rules, and you're watching all these shows, and you're going, hey, I'm going to give it a shot. Like, I'm going to get on. I'm going to do it.
Also, the stuff we used to get about, like, for instance, MTV. It's like, hey, well, what's going on over there?
You know, it was great. Yeah, people. When we were on MTV, people would be like, hey, you know what you guys need? You need me as like a third host. Yeah. You know why? Well, I haven't really been around, but I'll tell you, I'm funny. My friends love me. The guys I work with at the mill.
And I got a few notes for you guys.
And I got some ideas, man.
Yeah, your show's good, but what you need to do is this. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Right, but
thanks.
also they think like we're going to go into MTV and go, hey, there's this guy, Stu. What's your last? Stu Abramowitz. I don't know. What have you done? Oh, he's not done anything. No, he works at a mill. But it seems like good people. We're thinking about just putting them on with us.
Okay. Well, I think people think if they just ask, you never know. Like, you got to have balls in this business.
That's right.
You got to ask.
All right, we will take ourselves a little break. Joe Rogan is our guest tonight, Fear Factor. We'll be back after this.
LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Drew over there. Joe Rogan has joined us tonight. Fear Factor is the name of his new show, which will be on Monday night. And I was going to say that's tonight for those of you who are hearing it in a day delay, but the show's over if you're hearing it in a day delay, so don't worry about it. You can catch it next Monday, and it's on NBC, 8 o'clock. All right, let's hop back to the phones and speak to Chris, who's 16. Chris?
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. Good. How are you?
I'm okay.
All right, weird cadence guy. What's up?
Not much. I actually have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yep.
I have hair on my body except for my, pubic hair on my balls, and I can't figure out why, and neither can my doctor.
Pubic hair on your balls?
Well, on my privates, there's nothing there.
So around, like on your pelvic area?
But no, the whole thing, from, underneath my belly button all the way down.
Okay.
Say pelvic area again.
Yeah,
for
okay,
please.
pelvic area. But listen, that he's 16. I'll give him a break.
All right.
That the hair there is actually more mediated, as I understand, by the adrenal glands than the testes. Did your puberty come on real late?
No, not as I know.
When it started, how did it start? Do you remember?
Not really.
Did you get hair somewhere particular, or did you?
I got hair underneath my arms, and
that's where you got it first.
Yeah, I just don't have anything down there at all.
Do you have any other medical problems?
I have a medical problem.
Do you have any other medical problems?
Oh no, not really.
Do you have low blood pressure?
No, I have ADD.
ADD. You on medication for that?
Yeah, Wellbutrin.
How long you been on that for?
Probably about 6 months.
No, so that wouldn't be it.
Your doctor doesn't seem to care about this?
Not really.
I would ask to see an endocrinologist. I really would, because to me it's part of adrenal function. There's something called congenital. Well,
listen, I say enjoy it while you can. I have a lot of hair down there. It's a nuisance.
Yeah, the chicks
caught and stuff. Yeah, it smells more. It holds the smell in. Makes your penis look smaller because it's the ground around it is higher now with the pubic patch. I say enjoy it.
Stuff.
Yeah. All right, Chris.
And I have a comment for you, too. You said that girls couldn't get orgasms very good when they're under the age of 18.
That's common, yes.
Not normally.
I have a friend, and she's good for 4 or 5
Yeah, the multi-orgasmic women usually will come out early. That under 5% that will be multi-orgasmic their whole life, or have no problem under the age of 18.
And understand, when you listen to the show, we always throw out the low score and the high score. We're talking about everything in between.
It's a curve.
There are women who are multi-orgasmic, and then there are women who'll never have an orgasm. But what we're talking about is sort of the middle ground, the majority. Let's talk to Ashley, who's 15. Ashley?
Yeah.
What's up?
Not too much.
Yeah. Turn your radio down, goofball.
Okay, turn it down.
Duh.
Oh, I forgot about the duh. Hey, do you throw in the doy every once in a while?
Doy. Doy's the best.
The duh could be replaced by doy or sometimes followed with a doy if it was real egregious.
You never
Duh.
hear any of those.
Doy.
All you hear is the more common dough. Dough.
I think it's a Simpson thing.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys have friends who would actually beat on themselves, their chests and stuff? Like my friend Ray, when he would do the duh or doy, they do that spastic retard being like, duh, he'd like pound on
That's right.
himself.
Or hit themselves in the head.
Right. All right, Ashley.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My boyfriend like fingers me and I pee.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an orgasm at that time?
No, I'm just about to orgasm.
Yeah. Well, he may be just sort of irritating your urethra to the point that it can't hold the urine back any further. It might be you have something called female orgasmic incontinence, which
What is that?
It's women pee when they have an orgasm.
Now, is that what that is? The female ejaculation?
No, that's different. That's female ejaculation.
What is that?
That's female ejaculation.
But what is that? What's coming out?
The fluid from the glands in that area.
Yeah, that's good.
And like a
have you
jet?
had that?
No,
Yeah.
I never have.
You
I've
haven't?
heard of it. I have a friend who's experiencing that currently, and he's very shocked.
Really?
Yeah.
Not turned on by it?
He's not digging it.
Yeah, I keep telling Drew that.
Yeah.
I think guys are mostly impressed when they can do something to them. And I
He
thought
said
they'd
it's
like
very inconsistent in its taste.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. You can't control it. You can't get out of the way from
And
it.
he doesn't really know exactly what it is, and he's just not sure if he's being urinated on. It's like,
Hey, is it possible that he gets urine, on Wednesday and on Thursday gets just the glandular
I suppose
stuff?
that's true. Yeah, sure.
Hey, Ashley?
Yes.
Okay, so is he being very vigorous in his finger banging?
No, not really.
The other thing is you could have a urine infection. The whole area could be irritated, so it would be worth seeing a doctor just to make sure your urine's not infected. And him smashing around down there is a good way to get a urine infection.
How old is he?
He's 16.
Does he have clean nails?
Yeah.
It's funny when we hear about a guy finger banging a 15-year-old and he's 16, we look at it as that he's stolen her vagina and he's joyriding it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You picture him hopping the curb and running over some trash cans in it. Going by neighbors with a bat, knocking the mailbox off. Yeah.
He's out of control.
Well, you don't really know. It really is like a 16-year-old with a vagina. You might as well have the guy just drive a tank or a Humvee for the military or a backhoe or something. You know, I mean, he could do damage. Yep. He does not know his way around that. He's joyriding. Vanessa?
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, in January, I had a boyfriend that I was going out with for a few weeks. And, I had sex with him a few times, and I felt like I was in love with him. I don't know if I really was or not, but he ended up dumping me, and I went through a whole stage of, depression and all of that, and then I thought I was over it, but I still have feelings for him.
How long ago this all happened?
January.
The breakup?
Yeah. And I see him around town and stuff, and, it still hurts that I'm not with him because I felt so strongly about him.
He doesn't go to school with you?
No, he's 20.
Ooh. Yeah. And when is your birthday?
August.
You'll be 17?
Yeah.
All right. And so you're a young 16, and you're banging around with this 20-year-old guy?
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know. I met him through some friends, and I just...
When you're 20, you're going to look back at this guy at this age and go, oh, my God, what a loser this guy is.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
All right. And what are you going to do? You're going to graduate and go to college somewhere?
I don't really know yet.
All right. Well, look, you gave the guy... Did you lose your virginity to him?
No.
When did you lose your virginity?
Last October.
All right. And where's that guy?
He's in my math class, actually. He doesn't even talk to me.
Yeah.
It was just...
You're getting some bad choices in guys here, Vanessa.
Yeah, well...
Where's your dad? Where's your dad?
At home.
Yeah. Is he a good guy?
I don't think so.
All right.
We don't think so either.
Yeah, that's all that counts. Why isn't he a good guy?
He's always been this
real big jerk to me. I don't know.
All right. You're choosing other jerks to get along with.
Right. The bigger jerk your dad is, the bigger the jerks you choose.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't, I mean, he's trying really hard. I mean,
Yeah, but
he's
you're
doing a lot better
choosing.
now.
Realize that you don't have to go after guys that are a-holes like your dad.
Right.
Nice.
And understand that your antenna got bent a long time ago, and that even if your dad is being a good guy now, which is good,
better,
it's still going to affect your choices that you make in men.
Be careful with guys that you feel you have to go after, that you're really attracted to. Listen to that little instinct you've got in your voice, internal voice that goes, no, not one of these guys again. Yeah, listen to that. Don't do that.
Really?
Find somebody that's not quite so exciting.
You have one of those at 16?
Yeah, you do.
They
just don't listen.
I didn't even have an external voice at 16. You have an internal and external?
Yeah.
All right. No anal voice? Well, wait a minute, I had one of those.
Anal whisper.
Nina?
Yeah.
You're 23?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was on birth control for 2 years, and I just got off of birth control about a month ago, and now my period's late. So I'm wondering if that's normal
Takes about 6 months to normalize.
There you go. Let's talk to Marie.
Hi.
32?
Yes.
Father on methadone?
Well, my father's had a long history with back pain. He's had a surgery on his back.
Yeah, we don't trust him.
Well,
That's junky.
I'm the oldest of 11 also.
Ooh.
And the reason why I think it's methadone is because I have a friend who's told me about it. She works in a pharmacy, and also from listening to you, I've learned a lot too. So.
All right. So what's the question?
Well, he has these big, like quarter-size purple things on his legs, and he also has some open sores, and they're starting to come all over his body.
Huh. Yeah,
I have something strange also to say. He was in the bathroom recently. I had him over, and he was, kind of compulsively almost going at these open sores.
Right. He's doing speed.
Oh my God.
That's what that is. Picker's syndrome, it's called.
He tells me, this is going to really freak you out. He tells me, and this is so strange, if he thinks there's bugs.
Yeah, no, he's on stimulants.
He's doing speed.
He's doing
And
speed.
he thinks he can find a bug inside of
I
the
know.
store.
I know. They think they have hairs in there. They think they have glass in there. All kinds of stuff. But
This is really weird for me.
Okay, but hey,
It's
listen.
a red flag for me.
it's a Picker syndrome. He's on drugs. He needs to be treated. This will not stop without that.
He has a doctor who I guess has been known to give lots of narcotic.
Well, he's getting lots.
He has Elvis's doctor.
And my mom.
Hey, Marie, listen,
He
me
needs to be-
screwball. You need to go to Al-Anon or Al or whatever.
I'm not really having troubles with myself. I'm very stable.
No. This idiot's got 11 kids.
I know.
So listen, I know he's your dad and you love him, but someone should have put a bullet in that MFer's head after kid number 7.
He's losing his mind.
Good.
Marie, he's on drugs. He needs to be treated for that. He'll need to spend at least 3 months somewhere for this to clear up.
God bless Marie, who's 32 and has no idea what's going on with a freaked out drug addict dad. Yeah. All right, we'll be back.
Back in a minute.
All right, everybody. That's it. Go see our friend tomorrow night, Joe Rogan, on NBC, 8 o'clock. Fear Factor's the name of the show. Joe?
Catch it before it's canceled.
No.
You never know.
Big hit. I smell a hit.
One or the other.
Well, the thing about Joe is he just do stand-up and then do another show.
Do another hit?
Right. Thanks for coming in, Joe.
Thanks for having me, guys. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you, and we'll see you again soon. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
No, I drink alcohol.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Dingle. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.